Everyone, welcome back to Otherobert. We are back for our usual gimmick of Once Upon a Time live reviews with me and Joe. I've been covering everything for 5B for months since production for it started back up again after the winter break, and we are doing a discussion for Souls of the Departed. I am psyched to be discussing it. And Joe, so you can say hello too.
Boys, girls, all my tromboholics and all my light nights out there, welcome back to Otherobert. Let's get to Once Upon a Time.
Yes, let's dive in to Souls of the Departed. I think like we normally do for our longer reviews, we can quickly just do the flashback and then do the present storyline because I feel that's where most of the depth of the show is.
Right.
So storyline is Evil Queen with the Queen of Hearts, her dad, and Snow White. It kind of felt like season 1 again, actually, and a little bit of season 2.
The flashbacks, I don't think, even though the scenes were technically new, I don't think it brought much new stuff to the table in terms of storyline or character moments. I mean, Cora was evil. We knew that.
Yep.
Regina used to be evil, and we knew that. Henry was trying to look out for. I mean, it was all kind of stuff that we had seen before.
Yeah.
I don't think the flashbacks are really needed at all in this episode.
No, they weren't. The main point of the flashback was also the Evil Queen's birthday, which I also kind of thought was a foolish thing. I thought that for when I found out about that, I didn't like that idea. I like Barbara Hershey as an actress. I think Cora's an interesting character, but when she died, I was happy that she went, and to have her back in this flashback material, like nothing new happened. So it just, what was good was for people who had questions about other things, like for example, back in season 2, Henry was in a box. They would wonder how he got in the box. Like that's answered. But Regina still hates Snow White, and her mother is clearly evil. And her mother's desire to protect Regina or look out for Regina was supposed to be reflected in the present day storyline. But I found the flashback just kind of funny because Jennifer Goodwin's pregnant, and whenever she was Snow White, like everything was above here. So I also thought that was kind of funny too, just to hide the pregnancy.
Right.
Though, last thing for the flashback for me, I like Lana Priya owns this show, always a fantastic actress. So it was at least enjoyable to watch because of her, because she's so awesome.
Right. I would say she had a good emphasis on the episode. And yeah, I mean, you can always count on her for a strong performance, and this included.
Yes. The flashback is where most of the visuals, also like for the magic, were as well. I don't know if you caught this, but I feel like they improved since.
When we talk about something at the end, I'm gonna completely disagree with you there.
No, I just felt that some of these visuals were better, at least in the flashback.
Okay, maybe in the flashback. I have one visual in my head. Get it? Head, because the exact visual I'm thinking of was awful. So, like, really bad. So.
I, for example, like that beginning scene with Regina poofing out and doing the fireball, I thought that looked really good.
Yeah. No, I always thought they kind of did good with in terms of Regina's fire and everything like that.
That's what I'm more so talking about. There were some funky, weird effects, but either way, I believed it enough. But this is also Once Upon a Time, and ABC has limited budget. But I think we pretty much covered the flashback. It was Regina's pretty much the fan favorite, and they wanted a flashback for the fan favorite.
Right.
So that was that. So present storyline. It was a reunion episode. Everything's getting a reboot, and now we got to meet a lot of our dead characters.
That's pretty much what it felt like, was a reunion episode. It didn't do much to advance the overall story. It was just kind of, hey, remember him? Hey, remember her? And that was pretty much the episode, which I'm not, destroying it. It was the 100th episode, so it made sense to do it now. It was the first world in the underworld. It all made sense. Can't complain too much about it. Like I said, did nothing to advance the story, but it was an enjoyable watch.
think the biggest thing that everyone wanted to see was where's Hook? Like, let's find him and get out of the underworld. That's sort of what everyone wants, but everyone's sort of dealing with the unfinished business of their other characters. But the reunions, I did like. I did like when Regina met Cora again. I liked when Peter Pan came back with Rumple. I thought that was interesting. When we actually got to see Hook, how he was so beaten and battered, it was really unfortunate. Colin didn't really didn't get to talk, but I enjoyed. I liked that scene. I thought that looked great.
That was very visually interesting.
Yes,
Hook's look, that was very visually interesting.
Because it makes me question, where is he? Like, where is he? He's granted, we've been waiting for this to come back for months, but it's like he's been there for an hour and he's already that destroyed.
Yeah. The one question I have too, they probably discussed this. I might have missed it. Peter Pan mentioned something about being switching bodies with someone and coming back. How do they plan to get Hook back?
Emma's gonna split her heart like Snow White did when she saved Charming from the Dark Curse back in season 3.
So her giving half the heart will bring him back. It's a heart thing.
It's a heart thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
that was explained last episode, like the episode before this, right? The finale.
Yes. The only way to defy death in this show is for your true love to give you their heart, as far as I can tell.
Right, just like real life.
Yes, just like real life. Because we can rip out our hearts and split them and put them in other bodies.
Right.
Yes, that is exactly how real life goes.
Yeah, that's why I'm not in medical school, by the way.
So you're not in medical school? Neither of us are in medical school. I liked the callbacks. Rumple, I didn't like Peter Pan, but I didn't like that arc. But I enjoyed him here. I enjoyed the scene with the blind witch. I thought that was kind of funny, where she's like, "Do you want children or gingerbread?" Gingerbread isn't so bad. The gingerbread's pretty good to eat. Thought that was funny. I guess the highlight for because you would think Emma would be leading this episode or Jennifer Morrison would, but it was still Lana leading the present storyline too, with her father and with her mother.
Yeah, that's an interesting observation, especially after everything that happened with Dark Swan. You would think that they'd kind of give us more good Emma, just to kind of show us where she's at.
Yes.
We get
she wants to find Hook, but I think she's still so shocked she can't recover from it, I think. Also, just Emma talk. Michael Jamin Rames was back for like a minute in the beginning of the episode, telling Emma not to go save Hook. I'm just curious for your thoughts. I have no thoughts because I was like, I wish he wasn't there at all.
I have no thoughts because for some reason the volume went out at that time, so I saw him, but I had to change the channel a couple times, if you know what I mean. Like it just glitched out for a second or something, so I couldn't really hear what he said.
He pretty much said, "Don't save her," and that he's not there because he has no unfinished business, and most likely he's in the same place that Ingrid's in.
Why would he have no? Isn't his relationship with Emma kind of unfinished?
He died, I guess, a hero. So when he died that way, his unfinished business was solved.
Okay.
We can't debate it. I mean, think about it. Any character could have unfinished business. If you really want to go into the Snow Queen, I mean, she died, she got her sisters back, but she also still wanted to have a family in real life. So she could be there too. Actually, but I did like seeing her ice cream shop having the word "closed" written on it.
Yeah. That was a cool moment.
That was cool. It's funny. Barbara Hershey, or Cora, she technically has her heart back in the underworld, even though she's dead. And she's still manipulative. Like she's like, "I'm gonna throw your father into the pit of hell unless you listen to me and go." It's like, yeah, that's still a really good person right there.
It's still very bad parenting.
Yes, she's a very bad parent. I guess we can kind of just do the last, wrap up the last little bit of it. Henry and Henry got to meet. I thought that was an interesting moment for grandfather to meet grandson. That was nice. After he met him, He got to move on because his unfinished business was completed.
Yeah.
And I think I'm assuming it's heaven or the Greek mythology version of heaven. If you have the underworld, because you have Hades.
Right. The overworld. Right.
I think it's called Elysium.
Yeah. No, I have no idea.
I feel like people have said this in the comments section below of several videos, but I don't remember if it's Elysium or not. I think it is though. He moved on, and then in that final scene, Cora goes down into the underworld, and we finally get to see Hades, Greg German, who I actually like a lot as Hades right now.
You like the guy, or you like what kind of the introduction of the character?
I like the introduction, I like the acting, and I like the music that played when he appeared. The only thing I don't like is his hair.
Okay, there we go. Thank God. Okay, that was awful. You said visual effects before, and that just popped into my head.
It was so unappealing, and it's so stupid. I made when they released his hair, they gave an image about his hair like a month ago, and I did a reaction video to that, and I was like, I hate it. It's so gross, and I knew I would hate it here.
It was like a Photoshop gone wrong.
Yeah, and I Photoshop all the time. I could do better than that.
Yeah, that was not good. I hope they don't keep doing that.
It's supposed to appear, I'm assuming, when he's happy or when he does magic. So at least it's not an ongoing thing.
But I mean, I guess the introduction was solid. It was strong because you see him, the villain of what, 2A, I want to say?
I mean, she was there from episode 1 to 16, so even beyond 2A.
Okay, so pretty much the villain of 2.
Yeah.
And he just kind of gets rid of her like that in some ways. You know, I mean, completely levels
demoralized her.
Yeah.
Yes. Knocks her over.
Yeah. And so it's funny because the introduction.
Yes, I mean this episode was pretty cool thing about it. He's Hades, Lord of the Dead, and demoralizes the Queen of Hearts, and then in the episode in the flashbacks we have the evil Queen and the Queen of Hearts hanging out, which I just think it's like that's like crossover right there.
Right.
I just think it's kind of cool. Yeah, he knocked her down a couple pegs, made her the miller's daughter again, and I'm assuming he has Hook somewhere. That's my best guess. What do you think that?
I don't know, because if they're going to try to make him so powerful, that seems very beneath him. Why would he do that? I mean, is he that scared of them? I mean, I don't get it.
My only reason for him to think that he would have Hook is because Hook is a Dark One or died a Dark One, and the Dark Ones are immortal. So, and he's the Lord of the Dead. So when he finally gets an immortal person in the underworld, he probably loves to torture them.
Like, the teaser did kind of show him in a box of some sort. Hook.
The teaser introduced Hercules, and I covered the teaser already, and I don't want to talk about it again because I can't stand how Hercules looks.
But you saw the box, right, in the teaser?
Yeah.
It looks like Hook's in some kind of box. So
yeah, I did. Next episode, we have Cruella de Vil coming back, which is nice.
And we saw her car pull in. So
Emma was shocked when she saw that because she murdered Cruella. So I'm hoping they have a confrontation of some sort.
I think they will.
They should.
That's the unfinished business, I would think.
It has to. I mean, it's either Emma killing Cruella or how Cruella still never got to be able to kill again because Emma didn't kill Isaac, the author. But yeah, I like this. I would say everyone was pretty good. Robin Hood did nothing, as usual. Gold was leading the charge. He was interesting with his interactions with Pan. Jennifer and Lana, perfect as always in their acting, I would say. I kind of enjoyed Jennifer Goodwin here. I normally haven't been liking Snow White. I actually enjoyed that. Didn't really care for Charming, but I never really cared for Josh Dallas. I don't think he's that good of an actor.
I have one question real quick.
Yes.
Do you think we'll see Mickey Mouse?
Well, Mickey Mouse technically was the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Remember he was turned into a mouse in season 4?
Yeah.
We might get him in a flashback again.
Well, he died, correct?
Yes, but we could still get him in a flashback. He was technically in a flashback in the beginning of 5.
Yeah, but I'm thinking.
Oh, if he's there, if he died of unfinished business. I getcha. I don't know. I mean, he was sort of murdered. He was sort of murdered by the darkness.
I loved him. I loved it. I'm hoping we see him. Even it would be a very small thing, and it wouldn't
Yeah.
be
I mean, you know who I want to see in the underworld.
Merlin.
No, you know who I want to see. I mentioned her already.
Her? Oh, female Merlin.
No, oh my god.
Snow Queen.
Um, there we go. My favorite character, and she could make an appearance supposedly, but I think it was a good episode for the 100th episode. Or it was good. It was very good. It was strong. I wish it progressed the storyline a bit more for the whole finding of Hook, but I would say it was really enjoyable. And now we get to do the best part of these reviews. What everyone else thinks besides us. So we have Facebook feed, we have a Twitter feed, we have Instagram feed, all to read off. So I'm gonna read off a few from Twitter. Then Joe can go to Facebook, and then I'll finish it up with the Instagram ones. So thank you everyone who sent these in. You guys are awesome. Like I really appreciate it so much. Alrighty. From Twitter, we have BG Sophia. She wrote, I don't have a very clear opinion of the episode yet. It was certainly emotional. The flashback was a little weird. It feels like they'll drag on the search for Hook in favor of a Ghost Whisperer style storyline. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I can actually kind of see that, the Ghost Whisperer style thing, if they're trying to save everyone who has unfinished business in the underworld. That could take a long time.
It's going to be like Ghost of the Week.
Oh, God, I hope that's not the case. Then Emily CMLLC said, I love the episode. I wish they stopped giving us 10 seconds of Hook. I bet Hades does have him. Those are the two I have from Twitter. Thank you, both of you, for sending in your tweets to share in this review. Go for the Facebook, Joe.
Okay. So from Brandy Bobak, I thought it was good, but a few moments had me thinking, what? Jiminy Cricket flying out of Snow's shirt? I'm going to need therapy, but not from Archie. Maybe Doc. Hair and pedicure gross, all the commercials. How all of a sudden it seems less about getting Hook back and more about saving everyone in the underworld, and how much Regina and Evil Queen flashbacks there were, felt it could have been balanced more. Things I loved about the episode include that Hook's state is scary, but it will make it that much more when Emma saves him. I'm thinking he's torturing himself because he thinks he deserves it, and Emma will have to convince him otherwise. That's actually a pretty good thought.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Core isn't the big bad anymore. I think Selena is going to be her unfinished business, and that will tie in with Hades as well. Maybe if they help Hades finish his unfinished business, they can bring Hook back. That's interesting. I never thought help Hades finish his unfinished.
That's interesting if he has unfinished business. Although speaking of Zelina, the one thing I did want to say is, Rebecca Mader wasn't in the episode, but I was shocked Regina never referenced Zelina to her.
Yeah, that was kind of a big deal that we learned about after Cora left the show. So
yeah, and then I guess Hades mentioned it to her, but Regina never said like, I'm dealing with your crazy daughter who has a baby from my boyfriend.
Yeah,
just saying.
This review also keeps going. Pan trying to get back, the charming supporting Emma fully and saying we are helping you fight for your happy ending with Hook. Henry Sr. meeting Henry Jr. Such a special heart-tugging
moment. Was that it?
Yep, that's all.
Wasn't there was a few more at the top.
What do you mean at the top?
I sent you two. You have two photos to look at.
I did not know that. I saw one. Okay, hold on one second. You can keep going to Twitter because now I have to get back. If you want to go back to Instagram, so I didn't realize there were more than one.
Do you want me to go for mine?
Yeah, because I have to bring it back up.
Okay. I have one from Sarah Yaki. Sarah wrote, I'm excited for the storylines that the writers have come up with so far. I am a little wary of Hercules and a little bit more judgmental of Cerberus because I've always seen him as a lot bigger. But otherwise, I actually enjoy Souls of the Part a lot more than I thought I would. I love that some connections were made to the past seasons in half the season. I also love that both Henrys got to meet. So is Hook being guarded by Cerberus, or where else is he? I have a feeling that the writers are just teasing us about the Hook stuff. I kind of agree there. Like, truly, where is he? Like, I think it's a big question for that. So thank you, Sarah. That was Institute. Actually, that was on my Facebook page, not just on the other Facebook. So then I have a few more reviews to read off. This is from Sydney, or Sydney Sobert. She wrote, I love the episode, beautiful 100th episode. I can't think straight, but I think that Lana deserves a lot of praise for this episode because she did beautifully. I can't place my thoughts into words. This episode's writing was spectacular to me. I cried and laughed and smiled. The dad in the box was a bit odd explaining, but it worked to close up that story, that season 2 story. I have a feeling that this is setting a precedent for future episodes this season, and that they'll revert a bit to season 1 and do a character of the week, only this time it'll be Who Goes to Heaven, Hell, Fields of Aphosotal, Tartarus, and Greek mythos, and them finishing their unfinished business. That's funny that a lot of people are viewing this as the new monster, or the new character of the week type thing.
Yeah.
The poison underscore, the dot poison dot apple underscore wrote, what'd you write? Photo. She said, the ending was my favorite. Greg German was an amazing actor. I can't wait to see more episodes. The episode was absolutely amazing. And then one more. Riley Jones wrote, I like Souls of the Departed. The only question I pose is, I wonder how Cora somehow expected Regina to show up in the underworld alive. I don't think that'll ever get answered, but it is a good question why she thought Regina would come down there. And then, I have one more from Morgan Stradling. She wrote, episode didn't feel as epic as they made it out to be. However, it was fantastic having Once Upon a Time back. I was a bit disappointed not seeing Hook in the flesh, but they do need to drag that storyline out for more suspense. I'm excited to see where he is in the situation surrounding him. Regina's father ending was sweet and perfect. Hades was great, except for the hair at the end, which slightly cheapened him.
Agreed.
I can't help but agree with that. I think we all are in agreement that the hair was disgusting.
For why Cora knew that Regina was going down there, I would think because Hades probably, told her, because she had been working for him. So I'm assuming that's how she knew.
Yeah. And those are my Instagram ones. So you have the last couple of Facebook ones to throw out.
Yep, from Judy Sue Heritage McMillan. I'm freaking. I can't wait till next week. Kimberly Perez said, I thought it was an amazing episode, and everything that had happened with Regina and her father had me crying tears of joy. Robert Martinez said, Hades' hair is horrible. Other than that, I loved everything else. Linda B. Nitz, I wish it was 3 hours long. Season is off to a great start. And Sarah Benedict, I am loving the Regina Henry, her father, scenes.
Oh, actually, I have one more. From Hershey Applejack, she wrote, the episode was so good. I love how when they got to the underworld, the clock struck backwards. It's a nice little catch.
Yes.
So that is every review from you guys that I have. Make sure to send them in next week. Thank you all for tuning in to our very long discussion of Souls of the Departed. And we'll be back next week for Labor of Love, the introduction of Hercules and Meg and Cerberus. Joe, anything else to say before we go?
No, just looking forward to seeing where the storyline goes.
Awesome. All right, I'm Robert. That's Joe. Make sure to subscribe and leave your thoughts about the episode in the comments below. Thank you so much for checking out our videos, and we'll talk to you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.